We're now moving into the period called the Iron Age, Iron Age 1, 1200 to 900 BCE. Probably this is a period that we would think of with the Exodus having taken place, the settlement, the conquest. Cities are growing up. We can talk now about Judean pottery, because the people who've been in captivity now are free to express themselves by living with the 12 tribes occupying the ancient land. So on the table of display, I have a Judean vessel. This represents the high point of the culture of this Iron Age period. A round bottom, a good formed handle, and then a nice flaring spout. Our vessels have moved from very simple to more complex and more delicate and more defined handles, bottoms, as well as the flaring spouts. The other pieces that we have in this period that are distinctive are what we call cereal bowls of antiquity, the Wheaties, the Cheerios, whatever. This is called a pyxis. Later it will influence the designs of ancient Greece. This is a vessel that from ancient Palestine actually influenced some of the designs used in the Hellenistic period. It has two handles, it has a flaring spout, it has a rounded bottom. We find them 4 and 5 times this size. I actually excavated this piece at ancient Dothan in the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan in 1959 when I was a college student. And in our collection, we actually have one that's painted. We find other pieces that are larger and painted as well. So these are your decorated cereal bowls, the traditional cereal bowls of antiquity. Also, we find them in tombs, supplying the deceased with food and beverage and oil for use. Now, when I mention oil, I'm talking about olive oil. And the olive oil would be used in vessels such as these. And when I think of olive oil, I think, well, the olive oil is used for cooking, but also as fuel for the biblical lamps. And by this time, we now have that saucer lamp of the early Bronze period rounding itself out and having a very distinct pinched nozzle in the front where a wick can be placed. So the wick ridge rest is increasing in size. I think of the Psalm when I look at these lamps from the Iron Age and think of Psalm 119. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And this is the style of lamp that psalmist is referring to when we think of relative chronology. We're in the Iron Age. We're in the time of the David and Solomon and others. The other distinctive pieces that I have here, besides these globular vessels that are small and would have been used for oil, is the distinctive shape of the water decanter. This represents the high water mark of the monarchy. There's time under the reigns of David and Solomon and others to spend time designing new forms. There's some economic prosperity. There is time to reflect and design. And so these creative pieces move from very simple to this piece, which I think I held up in the tell several weeks ago. Most unusual shape. It again influenced some of the Greek vases of the Hellenistic period. International period of the late Bronze gives way to the settlement of God's people in the Holy Land.